industry stalwarts and performers. May I invite on stage Mr. Jayesh Ghantra, a very learned and prolific writer, to present his views on Accommodation Times. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Jayesh Ghantra, please. For all the people who take a few more seconds to get on stage, we could, continue to have an applause so then they're also stepping it up. Thank you.
Is this mic on? Okay.
Yes.
Just to be politically correct, it is Jayesh Ghantra.
I'm extremely sorry,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Jayesh Ghantra.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. What a gathering. It seems as if the moon and the stars have all assembled here today. Let's give a big round of applause to all of you first. Before starting my simple words, I would like to offer my prayers to Goddess Saraswati. Goddess Saraswati ji bestows all of us learning. The symposium of the Accommodation Times is a learning process. Please allow me to chant the Saraswati Vandana. You may remain seated, no problem. Ya kunde tutushar har dhavala Ya subravastravruta Ya veena dardand mandit khara Ya swet padmasana Ya Brahma Dutta Shankari Prabhuti De Vaisadam Vanditam Sama Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Niseshajadvyatpaha. This is an ancient Vedic prayer to invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. I would like to start with a story. In the early 1900s, there was an American company, a shoe company, which was very famous. The managing director wanted to establish international export for this already famous American company. So they hired two best salesmen from their zone and sent them to Africa. They were given a target of 15 days to do the research and report back with what kind of opportunities await in Africa. The first salesman on the third day called up from Mombasa, that's the coast of East Africa, saying that, "Sir, you have sent us to a very wrong location. In Africa, people cannot afford shoes. Hence, we have no business here." And on the fourth night, he was back to pavilion. The managing director was a little dejected, but at the same time, he was expecting news from his second salesman, who till the 15th day in the night, he was not at all in communication. On the 15th night, he called up and he said, "Sir, I'm very sorry. I have been traveling all over Africa and there's a scarcity of a shoe company here. Millions of Africans do not have shoes to wear. So please send 1 million shoes here. I'll sell it for them." What do we learn from the second salesman is that how do we look at a situation? Ladies and gentlemen, this company was none other than Nike. Nike today is an international conglomerate, and the reason is they have looked beyond. I would like to talk about a man who was born in 1937. He's amongst us, seated over here. He was a man with dreams in India. At the age of 49 in 1986, he established a newspaper. Can anyone guess who that man is? Murari Chaturvedi ji. Let's give a big round of applause for Murari ji.
A huge round of applause. The man who's behind this for 32 years, probably beyond, like you said. He's gestating the vision for a long time. Can we have you on stage, Mr. Murari Chaturvedi?
Sir, you saw an opportunity in real estate that no man at that time saw. In the Vedanta, there is an aphorism. In the Vedanta, there is an aphorism, Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam. Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidya vadu jivanam. Our consciousness, the mirror of the heart, resides within us. The newspaper that we read are supposed to be the mirror of society. Accommodation Times, Murari Chaturvedi ji, believed that I will not sell my pen. So we have here a man who has given us the mirror of real estate news for over 32 years. Let's give a big round of applause once again to him. My presentation today is about 32 achievements in 32 years. Accommodation Times completes 32 years and this is the 33rd year. I will present to you the 32 achievements of Accommodation Times. The first achievement being, Accommodation Times is India's first complete newspaper on real estate. And it is also India's first national awardees. Accommodation Times has provided research to Goldman Sachs, KPMG, Chrysler, PwC, Asocam, and others since 1986. They have also presented research to Dow Jones on real estate since last 13 years. Accommodation Times was first to start property exhibition in India from the year 1989. Which went on till 2003, I guess. In the year 1990, Accommodation Times was the first to start real estate conferences in 5 major cities of India: Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, and Mumbai. Accommodation Times has been certifying property rates for the year 1981 to tax tribunals and Bombay High Court, and it has been providing property rates to stamp duty reckoner since 1990. Accommodation Times was the first to publish property rates in India and has helped BMC with research and formulation of TDR policy in the year 1991. Accommodation Times was granted the coveted membership of the Indian Newspapers Association and Society in the year 1992. Accommodation Times has been honored by the MMRDA by seeking services on data and research to draft regional plan in 1993 and also for the year 2016, which is the MMRDA Plan 2036. In 1994, Accommodation Times was the first to organize an property expo in association with College Times in Dubai. Since 1994, Accommodation Times has published over 144 ISBN book titles on real estate. Accommodation Times has been privileged with the counting of ward-wise slum population to SRA Mumbai since the year 1995. Accommodation Times also became the first newspaper to start international magazine promoting Indian real estate in Dubai. Accommodation Times is the first to organize All India Builders Convention in this very hall, even before the CREDI had thought about it. AccommodationTimes.com is India's first real estate web portal, hosted since 1996. In the year 1999, Accommodation Times was the first to start property auction sale and successfully sold unique properties in Singapore. Accommodation Times was the first to start Real Estate Management Institute in 1999 and has till date honored over 15,000 students with real estate diploma. Accommodation Times was the first to start a magazine on societies titled Maharashtra Cooperative Housing Societies. Accommodation Times has provided content to Hindustan Times syndication since 2003. Accommodation Times was the first newspaper to start project updates in India. Accommodation Times was uniquely involved in starting legal reporting directly from the High Courts and the Supreme Court of India. Accommodation Times is honored with publishing of housing finance interest rate comparison and in its fortnight editions. Accommodation Times assisted HUDCO, Avenue Advisors, ILFS, ICICI, and other fund houses to demand assessment and feasibility report to fund realty projects in Chandigarh, Pune, Mumbai, and Bangalore. It is also the first to report MHADA proposals in lottery. Accommodation Times was the first to start 52 episodes on real estate. It is a show on real estate. It was aired on Doordarshan since 2001 to 2003. 52 episodes were aired, much before Mumbai, what's the name? The real estate news channel which is coming up, Mumbai Magic Bricks Now. This is much before that. Murari Chaturvedi ji, the founder of Accommodation Times, met the former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who bestowed him with much appreciation for his effort in representing the Indian Journalists and Editors Guild of India. In the year 2001, Accommodation Times started its most ambitious knowledge series lectures across the country on technical subjects of real estate. Accommodation Times started publishing statistics volume-wise since 2003. Accommodation Times was selected in assisting Central Committee to frame RERA in India. In 2007, Accommodation Times had partnered with the Dubai government as the media house for their annual investment meet at Dhabi, which is hosted by the King of Dubai every year. In the year 2011, Accommodation Times successfully started the Journal of Real Estate Management. Accommodation Times provided CIDCO with compensation policy to rehab landlords for the new Panvel Airport in 2017. And the 32nd achievement has been in deploying artificial intelligence to answer all questions on real estate at accommodationtimes.com. It has been programmed to answer 1 lakh questions to all the people who are visiting the portal. So for this 32 years, this 32 great achievements, let's give them a big round of applause.
All of them, yes?
It is said that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Accommodation Times has taken 32 steps in 32 years. And I request all of you over here to join along for the journey ahead. I now want to request Monica ji to carry on with the evening. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, Murari ji. Thank you, Ajay ji. Thank you, Chaturvedi family.
Thank you, Mr. Ghantra. It was very insightful, and thank you, Accommodation Times.
My privilege. We want to thank Mr. Ghantra, a good friend of us. For years, he has been working in real estate. We want to just present you with this memento, which was a wonderful presentation. Even we could have actually not given on Accommodation Times. Thank you, Mr. Ghantra. We want to just present you with this moment, a very memento to just keep our memory alive.
We can call Mr. Murari Chaturvedi ji, please, to felicitate Mr. Ghantra.